Okay, good morning. It's I guess 8 o'clock in the morning here, and I'm in Grayling, Michigan. On the last snowmobile trip of the year. And anyway, I was going to just bring the GoPro along, make some videos, because the last video I made, I just did with my phone. The quality was terrible, and I'm probably just going to take it off of YouTube completely. But on my trip up here, I talked to a couple people, and then I told people before I left I was going snowmobiling, and I seem to get the same response a lot about, it's almost always negative. Either oh, it's cold, or it's expensive, or you have to travel. And yeah, it does cost a little bit of money to do, and you do have to travel for the good snowmobiling, but it's worth it. So I've also, for the last month or longer, heard a lot of people complain about the winter and being cooped up and not doing anything. And I guess snowmobiling is my way of, instead of sitting around the house and complaining that I'm bored and there's nothing to do and that it's cold, I get out and try and make the best of it. And it's beautiful out. So now this is 4 hours north of Warsaw, and we have not had hardly any snow in Warsaw this year. And in Michigan, you could drive 2 hours north of Warsaw, and they've got a lot of snow, enough to go snowmobiling. Okay. Obviously, the further north you drive, the better it gets. And a trip like this, I mean, the room I'm in, this is a little motel that's just on the side of the trail here, and it's definitely dated, but it's really clean. The bed was very comfortable. It's got everything you need here. No complaints. I mean, am I on vacation somewhere nice? No, but I sure don't feel uncomfortable in here. It's a pretty clean place. It's like $65 a night for a place like this. And some of these little cabins you can rent along the trail, sometimes they'll be less than that. But anyway, so it's not terribly expensive. You take a couple of your buddies, split the cost up, and $30 a night. It's not bad to stay. The gas, snowmobile gas, may cost, of course mine's a 4-stroke, so it does a little bit better, but 2 weekends ago I think I spent $25 or $30 in fuel on the snowmobile, and I went 170 miles. So I mean, that's not terribly bad. But I guess the main thing that I want to show people is just that it looks really nice out. You get to be out in these forests, and there's just so much snow everywhere. It's beautiful, but you don't get cold, and that's the thing. Now I don't have all the really fancy FXR equipment and all that, and I've got windproof snow pants that I wear, and a windproof coat. It might cost $100 for the pants and the coat. Windproof is what's really important, and then I've got a sweatshirt underneath, and that's all I'll need, because when you're on a sled, the heat comes out by your feet. I've got a pair of $200 snowmobile boots that I don't even wear anymore because my feet get so hot in them. So I end up just wearing a pair of regular boots, hiking boots.
Showing 5 results.
Oh, hold on, my phone heard me talking, so it's talking to me. But anyway, when you're on the sled, you don't get cold at all because the grip is heated. A lot of the new ones, the seats are heated on them. Of course, you're working a little bit. I mean, if you just go 35 miles an hour and drive in a straight line really slow, I mean, you don't get as hot because you're not working so hard. But I'm a really aggressive driver, and you know, a lot of times I get really warm just from I'm working so hard on the trail driving. So I end up having my coat unzipped, trying to cool off. But anyway, I'm going to try and make some great footage today and try and show you what snowmobiling's about. I think that'll be fun to try and show what I enjoy about it. And maybe it's not something anybody wants to take up, but at least maybe they'll understand my love of the sport a little bit better. Alright, I'm going to get loaded up, or unloaded I should say, get the sled out, get the rest of my equipment in the sled, get ready to go. I'm going to hope to have about 400 miles in this weekend. I'm in Grayling, and I'm going to drive to the Mackinac Bridge, which separates lower peninsula of Michigan and the upper peninsula. So anyway, here I go. So it's a little colder out than I anticipated. Now, it's still not bad. It's 5 below, but it's supposed to get up to I think 17 today, then 30 tomorrow, 34 maybe tomorrow. But the sled actually it runs a lot better when it's cold. Things produce a lot more power when it's cold out. So I just got to get my helmet, my gloves, and I'm out of here. Would definitely recommend. This is called the Woodland Motor Lodge. It's a pretty nice place. I like it. And again, it's not. I mean, it's not all the newest fancy stuff, but it's really clean. It's one of the nicer cabins I've been in. Okay, what an awesome morning. I've got about 75 miles in, and I've been riding for about 2 hours. The snow, oh, so much snow. So anyway, it's about 0 out, maybe a little above, which is awesome because you don't get hot. But I guess I'm in Allenson, Michigan. I'm guessing about maybe halfway to the Mackinac Bridge, or Mackinac Bridge. Time to get some food. But wow, conditions have been great. It's a good time. They've got some snow, but I'm trying to make my way to the Mackinac Bridge. I've been contemplating whether I'm going to go over the bridge or not. For $15, they'll pick you up, and I don't know what kind of trailer they've got, but it sounds like they can fit 10 snowmobiles at a time on there, and they just take a whole group of back and forth constantly. I would just like to go to the bridge, maybe take some pictures, but I don't necessarily need to go over it. There's a high wind warning right now, and I'm afraid if I get over it, if the winds get up to, I guess it's 45 or 50 miles an hour, they'll shut it down, and I don't want to get trapped in the UP and not be able to get back, because it's supposed to be really windy for the next couple of days. So I'm going to set my goal on just getting to the bridge, getting some pictures, and then we'll go from there. But man, if they got snow around here, snow galore. All right. Well, guys, I'm currently on the walk of shame. I stopped at a Burger King to get something to drink and just take a break for a minute. Made it to almost to the bridge. I can see it from here. And came out a half an hour later, and the sled won't start. It's getting fuel. I went and bought starting fluid even at a gas station. No spark. So I don't know what to do. I'm currently walking to a gas station by a southbound on-ramp for Highway 75. I'm going to see if maybe I can catch a ride to Grayling. I guess it's an hour and a half by car from here. Then I'll bring the truck and trailer back and try and get it in there. Hopefully nobody steals it while I'm gone. So until about an hour ago, well, maybe not even that long, I was having a great time. Sled was running awesome. I did notice the last time I stopped, it started a little funny. It acted like it was running rich, and I thought, well, just from running so hard that maybe I didn't let it idle long enough before I turned it off. And it was loaded up. Turns out that wasn't the case. So anyway, I just gotta try and find a ride. Alright, so I made it back to the truck. I ended up hitching a ride with a guy who's a administrator at a high school up in Houghton, Michigan, which is in the very west part of the UP. So I'm very, very appreciative of him for giving me a ride. So I've got an hour and a half drive to get back to Mackinac City. The sled is literally, I mean, just right at the base of the bridge. I can see the Mackinac Bridge right from where the sled quit. So frustrating. But anyway, the conditions this morning were great. I had a blast. I'm not happy that I got 100 miles and the thing quit. It's probably going to be something simple. Most likely I'll get back there and it'll start fine, like nothing's wrong, which seems to be the luck I have sometimes. But anyway, it was a great day. It's going to be something that Heather and I are going to have to do. That trail from Grayling to Mackinac City is fantastic. It's got about the perfect combination of woods and straightaways. But anyway, it's a really nice trip. It was 100 miles. I mean, literally 100.7 miles to the bridge from Grayling, which is an easy. I mean, I got there by what was it, noon. I was gonna be able to get across the bridge. It's $15 to give you a ride across the bridge. Probably drive for another 5 or 6 hours. Probably get all the way across the UP up to Lake Superior and stay overnight and then drive back, which would have been a great trip, but it was cut short. So I'll let you know what I find out about the sled. Okay, so I knew this was going to happen. Approximately 4 hours later, by the time I drive all the way back to Grayling, get the truck, drive all the way back up here, I've got probably, I don't know, maybe 4.5 hours to invest in this. I get back to the sled, and it starts right up like there's. I don't know, I'm partially happy that there's, I don't know, I just don't even know what to think. So I'm going to do what I do best. I'm going to go inside and sit down and get something to eat, think this over. The snow is so nice. I hate to go home already, but I don't know whether to stay overnight another night and ride up in the UP, maybe ride out to the island, or just drive home. But I hate to get out on the island and the thing breaks down. I don't know what I do then. I can't take my truck out there to bring it back. So anyway, I'm gonna sit down and relax, think about it a little bit, see what I come up with. Alright, so I'm heading over the bridge. Unfortunately, with the snow, you can't really see anything, but we're going to be really high here in a minute. Oh yeah, it's just like driving into the abyss. You can't see anything at all. I hate driving, but I got to drive in this outside lane because of the I'm pulling a trailer. I absolutely hate this because it drops off like 150 feet right there. Well, there's the supports. top of those supports down, I think they said it was 580 feet down to the water. And that whole lane over there is metal grate that you can see all the way down to the water, which I'm not going to look down there because I'm having a hard time the way it is. That guy's having a hard time too, apparently. He's driving about 10 miles an hour. Guess what? Plans changed. So I'm no longer going to ride across the UP to Lake Superior. I'm at, I don't know, what is this? Mackinac Grill. So there's some guys out there now. I'm gonna ride the sled across Lake Huron to the Mackinac Island. I think that'll be fun. Unfortunately, you can't see anything today because it's snowing so much. I think it'd be pretty cool out there. But anyway, I'm gonna ride out to the island, see what's going on, have myself an omelet. Here comes a guy. Old Skidoo. Oh, that lady is covered in snow. Should be nice. There's a ton of fresh snow out there. Look at the piles here. They got to be 16 or 18 feet tall. This place is a winter wonderland. Everybody up here is complaining about how much snow they've gotten this year. Oh no, there's somebody dragging their sled. Not cool. Alright. I gotta get geared up, get out of here. So I'm at the Huron Street pub, and I thought this would be a perfect time to mention that or at least my drink of choice while snowmobiling is the Virgin Bloody Mary. And look at this thing. So this has got your meat group, your vegetable group. It's got tomato juice in it. This is like the health drink. I got my fruit. Can't go wrong with this thing. A guy can live on Bloody Marys. You wouldn't even have to eat anything. Oh my, that is good. Okay, so much for snowmobiling. I'm gonna stay here and drink Bloody Marys all day tonight. It's amazing. Okay, I gotta go. Okay, just got back. Did some riding up on the UP when I got back too. So I've been driving around. Sled put away. Gotta get a few other things put away in here, but it acted like it was getting hot again. I'm gonna see. I gotta get that checked out. Anyway, it's acting funny, but man, other than it dying, that whole fiasco, what a weekend. The amount of snow up here is unbelievable.